everyone, Louis V here, live at Axpona, dialed in with my mate in Australia, Shane Stevenson, and we're here with the man himself, Mr. Charles Kermis. How you doing, Charles?
Greetings, hallucinations, everyone. I'm doing great.
G'day,
And
Charles.
what a great program. Hey, Shane, vinyl latte. What do we have here? Espressos. Cheers to everyone on the channel.
Hey, cheers.
Hey, man.
Cheers, Shane.
I have a lemon lime and bitters here because it's about 11:30 Saturday evening here. So Saturday morning there for you guys. So no gin in it though, just lemon lime and bitters. But look, it's really good to see you guys there at Axpona to be able to do this live cross. And we want to talk to Charles himself, our roving reporter. Charles is reporting for an Aussie audiophile, which I'm very lucky to have him doing that. Both Louis and I have Charles' restoration system. So we want to have a little bit of a talk about that. We are both looking at that machine at the moment for review. So how about we just kick off with having a bit of a chat to you, Charles, about your process, what you do, how you restore records, and why your machine is as good as we know it is.
Should we spend just a moment, though, for the mates in Australia, Shane, to talk about a little bit what Axpona is? I don't know if they're aware of the show here in the States.
Oh, we can certainly do that. Absolutely. Axpona is a huge, big show. That is absolutely worth doing, Louis. Spot on. Let's have a little chat about Axpona. It is the granddaddy of the hi-fi shows in the US of A. And so, and you guys are there, and hopefully I will be joining you next year.
Yeah, we hope so too. No, I just wanted to take a moment to comment because not only do you have the opportunity to come and see some of the latest and greatest in technology when it comes to hi-fi systems and innovation. Axpona this year is also dipping their toes into car audio. So they have a whole car audio show here this year, which is fantastic. Really cool engineering and design work. And then you have things like this, which is the Expo Hall and Marketplace, where you can actually buy products here, whether it's accessories to restore your vinyl. He's laughing. I'm done donating. Whether it's accessories to, or even the machines themselves. And some people even come by to drop off records to be restored, which is quite amazing. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a highlight on that.
Sorry. Oh, greetings. Oh, okay, come on in.
Pick this up from the marketplace. It's a used vinyl. I wonder if I can get you guys to restore this on the Kermis machine.
Oh, that'd be great. Eva Cassidy. Oh, that's a cool record.
Yeah, that's
Cassidy.
And who are you?
Jazz.
And what do you do, Phil?
I'm on the representative side of the audio industry based in California.
Oh, what do you rep?
Luxman, Bowers, Marantz, Denon, that kind of thing.
Wow, that's nice. Those are great lines.
Terrific.
As a matter of fact, the VP of Luxman has our restoration system.
Terrific.
Yeah, for his personal collection. So
Up there now, so I appreciate it
very good. Come by around 11 and we'll have it ready for you.
Thanks so much, guys.
Okay, cheers. Appreciate you. Yeah.
So
Yeah, look
what
at that.
I wanted to...
There you go. Without even realizing it, somebody pops in off the side of the camera and drops.
Yeah, we don't have a yellow tape that says "stay away." You know.
Well, what's interesting, and this is what I wanted to touch on. This is a show where you can literally, they have a record fair here, so you can buy records like this gentleman did. He paid $20 for this record, which is a great album, but it says it has some noise on side too. So this is something that could potentially be completely restored. He bought it at a discount because this record is worth more than $20. And if he can get the noise removed while he's here, you just increase the value from maybe a VG plus to a near mint, depending on the rest of the condition of the record.
Well, what was interesting yesterday, we had two, here again, this is all off the cuff, unscripted. We had a chap come in yesterday that bought a record. One record was for $100. Another one was for $150. And we did the signal analysis before and after with the spectrum analyzer and the headphones, and we restored actually both. Now, he did not buy yet. So I said, is it all right if we restore the records? So we ended up restoring the records. And long story short, he bought the one for $100 instead of $150. And yet the record reseller was selling it for saying the $150 one was better. And that's the one that had noises in the plastic. So it was very
That
interesting.
is very interesting.
I like buying records from guys just like we had in Australia. The guy just, does a little distilled water cleaning and whatever. They don't use shoe polish. They don't use lighter fluid. They don't try to make it shiny and then say, hey, this one is better.
Right.
So that $100 record sounded better than the 150. One was pressed in England. The other one was pressed in the States. And then of all people, we all know the Manleys and Mr. Manley that came out with his record cleaning machine. And here in 2017, we got a picture of Fremer up here and Jennings. In 2017, we met him for the first time. And before Mr. Manning passed away on 2018, he said, you guys did a real great job in coming out with the product. And that was, we were no ones then. His son came in yesterday with a family heirloom record to restore that will be played upstairs in one of the studios today. Now, isn't that funny? I mean, this whole trip, and you've met some of my characters.
I have.
You'll get to meet my first boss in the story. That's coming to you as one of the Kermis reports.
Oh, very
But
good.
it's just fascinating. And Axpona has grown by another 20 or 30 rooms this year. The record fair is doubled in size. But some of the things that we kind of, let's not just talk about the Kermis, let's talk about audio in general.
Yeah.
There are so many rooms here that we calculated that if you're here for a day, you can only spend 2 minutes in a room, if at that.
It is packed.
And the new people coming in that we all want to focus on, we have a great headphones forum here, a Can Jam basically, great. That's where the young kids are coming in, but they get sticker shock when they go into some of these rooms and say, wow, that sounds great. And then I can't afford it. And guess what? They go away.
Yeah.
They give up.
Yeah. Or they
So-
buy headphones.
Or they buy headphones and stay in that.
Yeah.
So there's work to be done on your channel, on Lewis's channel, to bring the message out where we need the manufacturers or the people that are setting up with their rooms to have a price code or something on the outside of the room. Because there's product for everyone here. Low end, mid-wear, high end. And we as ambassadors, and I think, me and Sal are ambassadors. Kevin from the UK is over there, my business partner. We're trying, not selling product. We're trying to get people interested in music.
I think you touch on a very interesting point, Charles. A lot of folks that are here at Axpona are, I would say, the new generation of buyers. Yes, you have your industry, regulars, if you will.
Us old
but-
farts like me.
But you're setting your ways. You know what you like. You have your system. You're not
Mhm.
going to really change much with
Yeah.
it. It has to really impress you if you're going to make a new investment. What's here is a new wave of buyers that are looking to start building their hi-fi system. And there are situations where you're absolutely right. People are walking into rooms and, oh, it's $150,000 speaker plugged into a $250,000 of amplifier, and they're like, okay, I can't afford that. Let me go in the next room. Oh, we got this rare earth, made materials with all this other stuff going on to it. Well, how much does that cost? Oh, it's $300,000. And you go into the next room and it's even more money. And then what happens is people, they don't have that type of budget if you're just starting, if you're just now putting money into it. And a lot of these folks, they have, with the way that the housing market here is, at least in the States, Shane, I don't know how it is in Australia, but maybe you can agree. People can't really afford big detached homes anymore. A lot of these folks are renting, or they're in condos, or they're in apartments, and they don't have the real estate for these massive systems with dedicated power being ran and everything else. And what's a shame is that there's gems here in the show that are very reasonable, approachable systems that deliver a wonderfully wide soundstage that has attention to detail, that fit smaller spaces, apartments, condos better. And you can get that hi-fi experience to channel without having to just go to headphones.
What's very interesting is a lot of people as exhibitors complain about rooms. they're square.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's how most homes are.
And that's what homes are. And
Most homes are
last
squares.
night, there's a little snippet I sent you. We were over at the Margulis room yesterday. And even with a small square box room,
Sounds good.
wow.
Sounds good. And there's
Wow.
and it's not
And
there's no
affordable.
treatment.
And affordable. No room treatment whatsoever inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of work to be done in this area because the industry in general is cannibalizing itself. I believe it is eating itself alive by the next one's got to be dearer than the next one, and then the next one's got to be dearer than that one. And we're getting to a point now where this stuff is unobtainium for the majority of people out there.
That's right, Shane.
And what's happening is the consumer base is shrinking because there's a finite amount of people out there with $500,000 of disposable income that can just go, well, all right, that'll do me on a whim. I think I'll have that. Who do I make the check out to? Those people just those people aren't around as frequently as we need them to be for this industry to thrive when it's got that kind of mentality. So I agree, Charles, and I agree with you too, Louis. Our job here at our channels is to encourage to look. I mean, look, I have a high-end audio channel. Okay, so I mean, I'm probably, not the greatest one to speak here in relation to that. But my what I've been thinking about doing with the channel is actually getting more affordable hi-fi into my room and review that. Because I mean, I have the background. I want to look at this kind of stuff. I'm very, very interested to look at what Julian Margulis is doing. I'm very, very impressed with his amplifier topology, and his gear is not unobtainium. It is.
That's right.
We had a 21K room yesterday.
Yeah.
That's blew everyone out in the whole
Full
building.
setup with
Full
streaming,
setup.
with a
Everything.
DAC, everything.
Everything.
Full go. That's all you need, right? You plug in your own turntable. That was the only thing I think wasn't included
That's right,
in the price. If you want the analog experience, but all of the devices are capable for it. It already has the phono pre built into the system. So all you need to do is just plug it in and you're ready to go. And I think there's a couple things here. One is that technology exists where you don't need to break the bank to get a hi-fi experience.
Right.
You can do it at a very affordable rate. But Shane, what I think is important is that once people get into the hobby, they're going to be seeking up those upgrades. They're going to be expanding their system. But if we make the entry price so unaffordable that people just stick with headphones and streaming, devices and don't have a chance to really get in a hi-fi, if we make the entry price of what good looks like so high, we're going to lose the next wave of buyers. And I think this is where we play a key, Shane, is folks like you and I who take the time to review things in an unbiased way. We're not paid to play, right? We are very unbiased. We're very honest. We tell what we like and what we don't like, which is, I'm going to stress the don't like as well, because a lot of people, they won't talk about things they don't like because they think that it's going to prevent them from getting the next thing to review.
Right.
Right. But we're very honest.
We need
I've got a don't
honesty.
like
We need
review out
honesty.
there at the moment, actually, and sometimes you wonder, is it worth doing that? But my integrity as a journalist suggests that I can't do anything other than call it as I see it.
And we need this in the industry, and I'm not trying to toot our own horn here for a moment, but it needs to be said that a lot of the other traditional media that's covering an event like this, they're only looking for the flagship stuff. They want to write about what's exciting, the evolution in technology, and that stuff is very unattainable, like you said. So the stuff that we provide, even Shane, I know you're in a lot higher caliber than I am, but the stuff that we provide is obtainable.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are in the journey of the hobby. But some of the
You-
stuff
you
here
guys are
is
seeing it.
$1 million plus systems.
Yeah, and you guys are
That's
seeing it.
demonstrating.
You're seeing it with your own eyes. People are walking into those rooms going, I can't afford that. And off
Exactly.
they go. And that's
Exactly.
bad. That's really bad for this industry. It's it's almost like I don't think these manufacturers are really seeing what they're putting out there, which is this stuff that just is the 1.5% of the population can afford it. And
Well,
that's a problem.
yep. We had in Denver last weekend, VMP, record presser.
Follow me, please, for those who don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had a record fair with over 100,000 used records. 15,000 people plus showed up on one day with baby buggies and strollers in hand. Where at this show, we maybe get 5,000 or 6,000 people, if at best, over 3 days. Okay. It was the best show, apparently, from all these record resellers here that did attend the show of all the shows in North America for records only.
Right.
And you know what? Most of the people don't even own a turntable, a record player. They do not.
But why? Because they feel like they can't afford it.
They cannot afford it, but the nostalgia of the artwork and the smell, there's something there.
Yep.
Now, yesterday, I counted in 8 minutes, we had over 1,000 people come in when the doors opened here downstairs in the marketplace. You did not see that upstairs.
No.
They all came here to go and pick records. We have Anne Bisson here that showed up, and why don't we get a chair for you? Come on in, Kevin. There's Kevin Jackson, my mate director from England, our UK office, my business partner.
Good evening over there.
A funny accent too.
Funny accent, yeah.
Yeah.
So apologies, I'm British.
Well,
G'day,
wait
mate.
till
How you
mine.
going?
Bonjour. I'm Anne Bisson from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Bonjour.
And I'm really bonjour. I'm happy to be here to present to you my new album. It's called The Essentials. Because this is the, you can see the jacket. Why? Because I've had like 8 albums, and now I thought that people who want to discover my music, I asked Bernie Grunman to master my best titles in a one-step pressing. So you know that one step is the best pressing you can get, because there's only 500 that you are pressed from the stampers. So this is a collectible item for my fans, and also there's a 20-page colored booklet inside with
It's a coloring book. It's a coloring book. You can color her in.
the story of my life. I won't tell you that all today because we have only a few minutes, but how did I get into the audiophile world, and how come I have quite a lot of success, I must say. So I'm really happy to meet you out there, and one day I wish I will go to Australia to meet my fans.
Well, I hopefully we will see you out here in Australia, but I certainly think I'll be there next year at Axpona, and so I'm really looking forward to meeting you there and actually picking up 1 or 2 of those records for my own personal collection, because that would be a bit of a treat for me. But look, I have you, and funnily enough, I actually have your music in my reference list of my and before I even knew the association, because my background is sound engineering, and I can tell your recordings are beautifully recorded, and so that's why they end up on my reference list of tracks that I use to set people's sound systems up with. So already sort of knew how good you were before I even got to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll take that as a record compliment and go
Please
on.
take it as a compliment.
Thank you.
Oh, well, we'll keep her here for a couple of moments here.
Absolutely. I think you know what?
Absolutely.
She actually makes you two look a heck of a lot better. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, the appeal on this side has went up tremendously since she sat down.
Thank you.
For the fans of Vinyl Latte watching this, let me just tell you, it's normally price record. You're not paying $150+ for the album. Mastered by Bernie, press at RTI. It's an audiophile record, folks, at a reasonable rate. You don't need to drop $100, $200 on a single record LP. You can grab this. It's mastered well, engineered well, and to what Shane just said, it's reference music that he uses to set up high quality systems. So there you go. Just wanted to highlight that because I think that's amazing.
Yeah, one of the things that Anne was awarded was Audiophile Record of the Year, and that was for the Blue Mind.
Yes.
Yeah, and that
4 seasons in 4 seasons in jazz at the Rocky Mountain Audio Fest in 2017. So it was the Hi-Fi International Press Award.
Wow.
So I was happy because it was like Asia, Germany, US, Canada who voted for me.
And what does the Blue Mind go for?
Blue Mind.
Yeah, if you bought it here,
You may in terms of money?
yeah, in Canadian or American,
Well, the
what are you selling?
33 RPM is $35, and we have pressed now the 45 RPM with two tracks that were not on the 33 RPM because of the length of the disc, and that retails $70. So that's quite affordable.
That is very
I-
affordable.
My price has not gone up for maybe 4 or 5 years. I try to keep them affordable, but at the same time, I sell so much, so I'm doing well.
Now, one of the interesting things is, we're not getting back to the subject of restoration. Kevin and I, at all these shows, we process 60, 70 records over 3 days, and we can tell which of the pressers are the best. And you've seen my sessions and Kevin's sessions where we talk about the pressing oil.
Yeah.
Per presser RTI, guaranteed all the time, is like 1.4, 1.5 dB over floor out of the cartridge, consistent through every single RTI pressing, and only 8% increase in frequency response and tone. And you have to have an increase in both because there's a release agent, or as the Shore brothers called it in 78, a pressing oil. All the other records that are out there are off the scale, off the chart.
Yeah.
So I recommend always RTI. And the interesting thing I learned from Danielle is that she uses DC power when she's recording in the studio. And for the audience that have just tuned in, because now you're getting a larger coverage, who are some of the artists that you worked with, Shane? So this is going back to you.
I worked as a live recording engineer with Joe Cocker when he was here in Australia. I worked with an artist called Kate Sobrano here in Australia. Kate's got an amazing voice. I did a lot of local bands, worked for Mushroom Records, for EMI Records in Australia. Most of my work was live engineering. So from that comes a background in room acoustics and being able to set rooms up and auditoriums up and concert halls up so that we minimize things like slap echo and reverb and how we get a recording desk set up correctly so that we really was actually, there's a little funny story that I can tell you about the time I actually stumbled across this gig at here in Geelong, where I'm from, which is near Melbourne. There's a place where Joe Cocker was playing, doing one Geelong show at a place called Costa Hall. Now, this place had terrible, terrible slap echo in the back of it. I had an engineer friend of mine ring me up and say, Shane, look, I don't know what to do. Where are you? Can you come and have a listen to this and see what you can do for me? And I said, yeah, sure. Okay, well, I'll come down. I'm home. So, which is 10 minutes drive from where I live to the concert hall. Walked in there, realized that we needed to get probably about 300 meters of black acoustic curtain. I happened to know somebody who had that. We organized it. We got it down there. We literally had about half an hour before Joe was about to cancel the show. He was that upset with how it sounded in there that he just simply was not going to go ahead. So anyway, we got this black acoustic curtain out. We were half an hour late. Well, I got in there. We managed to sort it all out. Joe came out and did a sound check, and he stopped after about I think he did about 16 bars of "You Can Leave Your Hat On," and in the sound check, and stopped everybody and said, "What's changed? This is amazing. Who did this? What's happened?" And I was standing with my good mate behind the mixing desk, and anyway, someone spun the light around and shone it on me, unfortunately. And with my head, it's
with the nice shine up there,
like a light bulb. Anyway, so the next thing, I'm up on the stage talking to Joe, and he offered me the job to be his chief sound engineer for the rest of his Australian tour.
Wow.
Wow, that's great. That's great. By the way, we talked about vinyl, but Anne, again, audiophile. She has wonderful SACDs. Can you talk about that? And also your
HQ CDs, I'm sorry.
Okay, very good. I'm sorry.
Make a
Well, there you go.
Yes.
I'm a vinyl guy, so, and I don't like digital either, but you have nice digital media as well.
Yes, I have.
What's the difference?
Oh, well, I have a USB high-res cards that are like credit cards format. It's a USB card and it's 24-bit. That's what counts,
Oh,
right?
nice,
Yeah.
yeah.
So people
Does.
can use it because it's the files directly from the studio, not compressed, nothing. I have the UHQ CD. They are made in Japan by JVC, and my distributor is Andy Lam from Hong Kong. Andy works with me for nearly 15 years. So it's pristine, crystal clear sound for a CD that is pressed with special attention. I won't run into the details, but I have that. I have, of course, the vinyls, and I also have reel-to-reel tapes because I have to go for many years, actually for 10 years. But I must say that for the past 2 years, my sales has gone up. They have gone up quite a lot because people are buying Revox or Tascam, whatever they have, and they need music to listen to it because it's an investment. And since my music has quite a good sound quality, to them it's a treat. So did I forget something? Yeah, I'm on Believe Digital, so I'm on iTunes, I'm as Kubas, Tidal, and everywhere, and I get 200,000 streams a month, so more than 2 million streams a year right now. So that's
I
all.
do my fair share. I do my fair share of
Bisson.com,
streaming
you
on
can find it
mobiles
all.
too, I can tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, this is someone that has a passion for this industry.
Yeah.
She goes to all the shows, and you should see the following that she has. Now, we talked about tape. In the Kermis report, we're going to be talking with Revox. They're running our adrenaline cables upstairs. They're running the Aratai speakers. And this is really their big launch of Revox back in North America. They were in Montreal last weekend. They were in Dallas the weekend before. Now they got product. So that's something to look for. Tape is back in. And what does the tape go for you?
It's $500 US.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's free shipping because we ship in Australia regularly. We ship worldwide. So I think it's a good deal because shipping might be expensive in some region of the world. So it's and it's all on my website, and Bisson.com. So it's both in English and in French.
now.
Yeah,
Can I
and by
ask?
the way, excuse me, we have someone next door here. Hello, can you come over with your CD? Here we have another great. I love this show. This is not scripted again. Here we have a great representative, and she'll come in. Ruth will talk about what they've done here, local here in Chicago. And who are you, and what are you guys showing here?
Hi, I'm Ruth Oden. I'm the administrative assistant for the Chicago Jazz Orchestra, and we just released a new album, More and More, with the soloist Bobby Broom, who is a local jazz guitarist here in Chicago.
Fantastic.
And who did the production? And yeah,
It's right there on the back.
Okay.
It's Philharmonic Studios, Freddie Breitberg in Chicago.
Oh,
Yep.
fantastic.
and it's
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
and it's nice to see young faces here. Great
Yes.
representative. They're coming out also with a vinyl.
Yep.
They're taking pre-orders now. And again, that's the Chicago Jazz Orchestra featuring Bobby Broom, and More Amor is the title.
Yep.
So good.
Fantastic.
So we talked about tape, and we're going to kind of finish, but tapes are back. Compact cassettes. This is phase one of the Kermis tape cleaning machine. It was supposed to be
Wow.
ready at the show here. We will have this ready for the next big show.
Is it tape restoration or cleaning?
It's cleaning.
why I
This is
asked.
cleaning. Yeah, I'm not restoring. Yeah, this one here is going to be a cleaning system. So this is the
There
carriage,
we go. I was gonna say.
and then we have another attachment that'll go through this.
I was going
So
to hit you up
details
for
on that
$10,
later.
Charles. I was going to hit you up for $10.
Ah, there you go.
Well, a lot of exciting more content coming from live at Axpona here. Shane, we wish you were here, mate, but we're glad that we're connecting in real time with you. And it sounds like there's going to be some more things coming up soon. So
Yep.
super.
Everything in the mind of the rabbit. Oh, hi, everybody.
That's Sal. Yeah, look, thanks very much, guys. Fantastic cross over to you guys at Axpona. It's very exciting. I'm stuck over here in Australia, and I really do wish I was over there. And hopefully, we'll be there joining you guys next year. And I'll be there, and we'll be absolutely all amongst it over there. Thank you, Charles. Thank you again, Louis, for your amazing work over there. Go well, both of you. I'm looking forward to a good Kirmes report, Charles, when you're ready to go on that, and we'll get all that out on the channel, and this will be out on the channel really soon. So from the bottom of my heart over here in Australia Down Under, thank you guys very much. Wonderful work with the CD. Awesome work to see that all happening. Great to see Anne there. A really good live cross. Thank you guys very, very much.
See you
Bye,
next time.
guys. See you next time.